Ever wondered about the staggering fortune of Russian oligarchs? Today, we'll delve into the fascinating world of these individuals and uncover the secrets behind the Russian oligarchs' incredible wealth. So, let's begin today's video, The Rise.
Now, let's look at the mysteries behind the Russian oligarchs' incredible fortune. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 was a watershed moment for Russia, sending the country into a period of dramatic transition and economic reconfiguration. The aftermath saw the formation of a group of influential individuals known as oligarchs, whose rise became a defining aspect of post-Soviet Russia.
Russia embarked on a risky experiment in the 1990s, transitioning from a tightly controlled, state-driven economy to a free market through the privatization mechanism. This project attempted to break down state-owned firms that were in debt and unprofitable, allowing privately owned entities to drive economic growth. However, the lack of a well-defined regulatory framework presented an opportunity for a select few with strategic political connections. Fueled by ambition, business skills, and privileged access to resources, these individuals became the architects of a new era. While the privatization process was seemingly intended to provide equal opportunities to all Russian residents, the reality was different. Because of financial limits and widespread confusion, many people were unable to get government-issued bonds, which were supposed to provide an inclusive participation mechanism. As a result, those with KGB ties were given the opportunity to acquire assets that would eventually serve as the foundation of the Russian economy. The rise to power of the oligarchs was more than just a sign of their financial prowess. It also demonstrated their deep awareness of the value of alliances. Skillfully weaving a complex web of connections across the corridors of power, the oligarchs strategically navigated through industries in flux. The new leadership. Their domains expanded to include energy, natural resources, media, and telecommunications, and their wealth increased enormously. However, Vladimir Putin's rise to power in 1999 was an important moment. The new leadership sought to restore the balance of power, laying the groundwork for a confrontation with the oligarchs whose influence had grown. Legal challenges, anti-corruption investigations, and pressures were used to force the oligarchs to sell their assets or give up power. The fight between Putin and the oligarchs became a symbol of a larger struggle for power. As the struggle of the battle continued, a new faction entered the arena, the Siloviki. Comprising individuals with backgrounds in security and law enforcement, the Siloviki shared an unwavering allegiance to Putin. During Putin's leadership, the oligarchs, who had previously benefited from their economic power and political ties, faced difficulties. Those who challenged Putin, such as Mikhail Khodorkovsky and Boris Berezovsky, faced severe consequences, including arrest and self-imposed exile. On the other hand, Putin's supporters, including Roman Abramovich, Mikhail Prokhorov, and Alisher Usmanov, saw their fortunes rise. These oligarchs' affluent lifestyles were distinguished by large yachts, luxurious homes, and high-end art collections, which provided a spectacular display of their vast fortune. The downfall. Could the oligarchs actually affect the development of Putin's regime? The limits of sanctions, along with their extensive involvement in Putin's Russia's power structures, made their influence more uncertain than ever. The once unchecked extravagance of oligarchs faced enormous obstacles as their affluent lifestyles got caught in the web of international sanctions. This was a stark departure from the time when their huge yachts, sumptuous mansions, and high-end art collections represented the pinnacle of their riches and prominence. Some oligarchs, like Mikhail Friedman, responded proactively to the shifting geopolitical winds. Finally, the consequences of their alignment with Putin's agenda, both in terms of personal wealth and global standing, have become more apparent. As they deal with the obstacles created by these sanctions, the oligarchs' fate remains uncertain, stuck between the complexities of global politics and their historical ties to Putin's leadership. The story continues to unfold, with each twist and turn reflecting the complicated dynamics of power, influence, and survival in the post-Soviet Russian landscape. So, what are your thoughts about today's video? Don't forget to leave them all in the comments section below.